Director's Peer Call. My name is Audrey Warner. I am Area Director for N3, and I've only actually been in Toastmasters for the last 18 months. So I sat and I pondered and I wondered, what was I going to talk about for 2 minutes about the area director role when I was so new to the organization myself? But you're very, very lucky, you see, because earlier this week, I had to do a presentation internationally for the University of Auckland on peer mentoring. So I thought, right, let's give them a little bit of a taste of what I started with. So, e hara taku toa e te toa taki tahi. Engari e toa taki tine. My strength and success are not mine alone. They are the success of the collective. And I think that really sums up quite nicely what we're going to be doing over the next few weeks and months and over the next year, is that we are going to be working as a collective. We're going to be learning from one another, enriching our experience, and growing as Toastmasters in this wonderful New Zealand North that we are. So now, without further ado, I'm going to now pass it over to the thought of the day. So that is now, I'll pass it to Shruti. Is Shruti here?
Hi everyone, it's Shruti here. Sorry for the disturbance. I have really young kids in the house, so I just put them in a bed. I'm really sorry. So I was just climbing upstairs anyway. Here everyone, myself Shruti Jani, and I'm area director for N5, and today my role is for the thought of the day. So when I see in the agenda, thought of the day, what came in my mind, last week I've been to woman network summit, where is the all public sector, government sector, all the women meet, and that was the quote of the day there, which is still stay in my mind, is every day you should tell yourself to see in the mirror, today is your day to rise and shine. So that's my thought of the day. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much, Shruti. Now we're going to move to our immediate checklist, which will be covered by James. James.
Thank you very much, Audrey. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the first Area Director Peer Group meeting for the new bunch. And I appreciate our District Director-elect Stephen Budai is in the room and is handing off this baby he created to me. And I hope I will cradle his baby well. All right, so I'm going to share my screen and go immediately into my session. This first half is training. Hopefully I will be able to bring value to what I think you need to know immediately in your new role. The second half, I'm going to turn off the recording, and that's where we can do the roundtable, we can do the Q&A, and you can ask the curly questions. I can't promise I know all the answers, but there's plenty of wisdom here, and hopefully together we can get to the answers. And if I don't know it, I can go away and find it and bring it back. All right. So I am now going to share my screen too. For the agenda for today, this is now the immediate checklist I'm about to cover off, and then we will be doing the district calendar, a demo, and then the questions, and then some takeaways. I will ask you each roundtable, what did you learn today that's useful? And we'll close out with next week's meeting. Okay, so now I will start my presentation from the beginning. There it is. So what I'll cover in this portion are club visits, some guidance for area directors, the next conventions, the upcoming contests, and the upcoming training. So these are the dates I think you need to know. I'm only focused on the first half of the year. Obviously, these meetings are monthly and we can keep the ball ticking next month. All right. Do that. Okay. The due dates. Your friendly visit can be any time. Now, your friendly visit is what is that? It is just establish that you're coming, and it's not the one where you're doing the official recording of the meeting. It's just introducing yourself to the club. Why would you want to do a friendly visit? Well, it's so that you get a feel for the club. Most clubs will be appreciative of the offer of doing a role. There's usually a scramble to get somebody to fill a role. So somebody offering to do a role is usually a good thing. And it just shows you it gives you an opportunity to work out your transportation route, so that on the day that it matters, you know that you have a transportation that works, and that they know who you are and you know who they are. All right, so that's why you might want to do a friendly visit beforehand. But the club visits, there are 2 club visits in your 12-month tenure. The first round starts October 1st and ends 30th of November. So you have 2 months to do your visits in. What we would prefer is that you have done your visit in the first month and your club visit report in the first month. Why we say that is because a lot of area directors, it is a hard-learned fact that a lot of area directors put it off, and it's on the last minute. And on that 30th of November, if you're trying to be online on Toastmasters International, entering your club area visits, they have gone down. And if they go down, your report is not saved. And if your report is not saved, that's some stats that you don't achieve, all right? So that's why we're saying 31st of October. If you can get all of your reports done by the 31st of October, you are in the running for Area Director of the Year for your division, which, hint, hint, means you're in the running for Area Director of the district, all right? So those are the dates to think about for club visits. Now, October is a long way away. There's other stuff, but I know that club visits is the big bugbear that everyone thinks about. That's why I'm covering it off first. But you have time, breathe, you've got this. All right, so when you turn up, you may be asked to speak. You may not be asked to speak, but take the opportunity if offered to you. What will you talk about? Well, here are some suggested topics for your discussion. You can talk about the role of the area director. Remember that clubs probably have 8 new members every year. They probably don't know what an area director is and what an area director does. So you can cover that off. As a part of that, you can introduce the structure of what is an area, a division, and a district. Just show them that there is district support for the clubs, right? That's why you're there. You're there to help. The other areas or topics for discussion are the next conventions, and I have a table coming up with those dates, as well as upcoming contests. I have a table coming up with those dates, and upcoming training. And guess what? There's a table for that. But of course, check first before you offer to give this information in your speech. maybe the president or the VP Ed has already covered it off or has an intention to do so. You don't want to steal their thunder. You want to work with them. These are just some suggested topics for discussion. What you don't want to do is you don't want to do a pathways speech and get it signed off that has no relevance to that club. They want your trip to mean something. All right, cool. And finally, preparation for your club visit. You need 3 resources, and I have a table for that. The 3 resources are: find the new club officer list, find the club meeting times, and then ring or email to arrange your visit. It's not rocket science, but it is slightly difficult to get those pieces of information together. And I hope that I can help you to do that today. All right, that's club visits. The next topic on the checklist is guidance for area directors. So you've already been told this, but maybe some of you missed the district training. Get a mentor to guide, coach, and encourage you. Also connect with the last 1 or 2 area directors for guidance. What you want to get from them are the meeting information and list of officers, blank copies of club visit reports. Now, you are entering the reports into an online site, but you are filling out a form while you are present on the night. So take blank copies of the club visit reports with you so that you know what questions you're answering, all right? You may wish to take with you membership applications or the welcome pack. These are, as area director, you can give a batch to clubs. I know that when I was an area director, my clubs were constantly screaming out for these. They constantly had visitors and they needed new membership application forms all the time. So you can take a batch with you. Now, in order to get a batch, you have to get a batch from district somehow. We will get that to you at the appropriate times. You could take with you potentially the speech contest forms and rule book, if it's appropriate for around about speech contest time. And you could take with you the club officer installation script and guide. Sometimes the club officers don't have that information, and so you can get hold of that easily online. And finally, the club leadership handbook for reference. You can take that with you as well. All right, so these are some resources that have been useful for your visit. Your next task is to set area goals and make a plan to achieve them using the Distinguished Area Program and the Area Success Plan. Consider doing an HPL project. So in the district training that we had, hopefully, the materials we gave you set you up for success. How are you going to succeed in your area success plan? What is it that you need to achieve, or what is it that you need the clubs to achieve? So if you missed out on the 12th of June district officer training, there is a makeup one coming, and I have a table for that. Okay, so the next guidance, 3, put important dates in your calendar. For example, on the district calendar, which I will be showing you shortly, are all of the planned events. You can go onto them and click them, and you can say download a calendar invite, and you can put that into your calendar so that you can look at your calendar and know in advance, what have I got coming up this week? I highly recommend you do that. I needed to do that. So prepare an area director kit were those things, those 7 things I listed, the blank copies of the club visit reports, the membership applications, the speech contest forms, the club officer installation script. So that's what I meant by that. Sorry, I was wrong bullet point. 5, guide, support, and motivate your clubs to achieve distinguished or better. So that's what you're there to do, right? So you are there to guide them and support them and to motivate them. You are not there to tell them what to do. What works is that when you've seen a good club, you can say to a struggling club, here's what I've seen works. So it's not you telling them, this is what I think you must do. It is you giving them the benefit of having observed a well-run club. Here are some other things that you might consider you want to put into your tool belt. For clubs that are good and already motivated and already achieving, you're then there to learn. And that's perfectly good and fine and valid. There's nothing wrong with having that attitude and conveying that attitude. Here to learn from the good ones, here to help the struggling ones with the information that you've just learned. And finally, second to last, coordinate your area activities, such as contests, through the use of your area councils. And finally, prepare your successor. So I know you've just been given the job. Don't forget, you're going to have to hand off everything you wish your predecessor had done for you. That's what you want to do for your successor. All right. The next slide is the next conventions. Now, at the division level, we have decided that divisions K, O, and R will run simultaneously on Saturday, the 2nd of October. Divisions L, N, and Q will run simultaneously on Saturday, the 9th of October, and divisions M and P will run simultaneously on the 16th of October. Now, your division conference, and it's a conference, not contest. What's the difference? At a conference, you will run the contests, but in addition to that, you will have some educationals and you'll have a keynote speaker. And a keynote speaker may or may not be your division director or a member of the trio or someone else, right? But it's a conference. Make it an event worth coming for, not just the contests. Although it's a very important, contests are the very important part of it, it's not the totality of it. All right? So there are those dates. Those are the dates you're working towards. Of course, if the division is in October, then area contests have to be finished sometime in September, which means club contests have to be done sometime in August. Not rocket science, but it is something that you need to think about and be aware of and make known to your clubs. Okay. There is also the district conventions coming up. And the very first one that you need to think about is Friday, the 2nd of July, which is fast approaching. It is 2 hours from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. and it is the District Executive Council. And I was constantly getting DEC mixed up with DEM, and so here's how I remember it. The DEC is the District Executive Council. Council includes club presidents and vice president educations. They are invited. They are invited because they have voting rights. If they choose not to attend, they can give their proxy to you, the area director. However, you can only take a maximum of 3 proxy votes. So you really want the club presidents and VP Eds to turn up. They have 1 vote each. The VP Ed can give their proxy to the president can turn up with 2 votes. That's legitimate. All right. So the DEC. That's July. In August is the Toastmasters International Convention. Yeah, your trio has to attend. So I actually do have to take annual leave off work to attend. Some of those, it's obviously Zoom, it's not in person. Some of the meetings will be recorded and available any time of the day, but some are actual live events that we have to attend. What I suggest, what I recommend is if you're interested in attending any of them, is that you can register, and by registering, you're not saying you're going to be there for all 6 days. What you're saying is that you're interested, and they give you a link, and that link gets to their agenda, and then you can see what's on and when, and then you can choose when you're going to attend meetings. Registration is completely free. The only cost is if you are taking time off work. In September, we have 2 coming up. Saturday, the 18th of September is District Officer Training, followed by another District Executive Council, followed by our awards dinner. Now, this awards dinner is for the year just ending 30th of June 2021. So if you've achieved DTM or you've achieved Triple Crown and Toastmaster of the Year or Area Director of the Year, that's when those awards will be presented this year. And it will be in person because we can and because we want to. Where is a really good question, and watch this space. I don't have the answer, but we'll get back to you. And we have to make up our minds fairly quickly on that. Oh, I forgot to mention, Friday the 2nd of July is really, really, really important to attend because we are voting for whether or not we are going to have in-person conventions, and we as a district have to agree what we want to do. And then we all have to abide by it. And if we decide that we want to do face-to-face, and then the government changes and makes us go into lockdown, then Toastmasters International will let us switch from face-to-face to online, but Toastmasters International won't let us switch back, right? So if we choose we want to be online, we have to stay online. We can't, yeah. So that's what we're voting on the 2nd of July. Friday, 24th of September, District Committee meeting. This is the district officers only, that's you. So that's 7 till 9. And Friday, the 5th of November is another District Executive Council. All right, upcoming contests in August. The club contests for table topics and humorous only. And in September are the area contests for table topics and humorous. That's our focus, that's my focus for the next 6 months. I see a hand up from our District Director-elect, Stephen. I've got the yellow light, Stephen. Can I just go to the end? Is that all right? Okay, thank you. I've got one more page and then we're done here. Upcoming training. Saturday, the 26th of June is brand new officers or new officer role meeting. This is a 1-hour introduction. If a member is a brand new club officer and never done it before and doesn't know the terminology, that this is perfect for them, that they can come along to that and learn the terminology and then attend the COT round, COT training. On Monday the 28th of June, district officer training makeup session. So just 2 hours to try and condense the 2 days that we had on the 12th and 13th of June if you weren't there. So I'm really plugging that. If you went at district officer training on the 12th of June and 13th of June, please come Monday the 28th of June. And then there's all those other dates. I can show those, but I have a red light. Finally, here's the resources which I will be sharing in the next section. New club officer lists. I have a spreadsheet for next year, so it's available now. District Central will click over sometime on the 1st of July, but from experience, they're not actually available until the 20th of July. They actually take 20 days to work to do their job. And so I'm not saying on the 1st of July, it's unlikely you can go to District Central and see who all your new club officers are, which is why we created this spreadsheet on our Google Docs for you. On the same spreadsheet, but on a different tab, is the club meeting times for your clubs. And the district calendar is your #1 resource. I'm going to hand over quickly to Stephen now. I'll stop sharing. Yes, Stephen.
Yeah, thank you, James. I just want to make a correction. I seem to be getting some feedback. I just want to make a correction. The district executive meeting that we've got coming up on the 2nd of July does not include the presidents or the VPNs. It is just the top table. The division directors and the area directors. So it does not include the presidents and or the vice presidents of education. That's the council meeting, which will happen in September.
Okay. The council has, I'm just writing this into the chat window now because I keep getting those wrong. Council has pres and VPE. Council has, okay. So when you say DEC, that's not council. So
no, it's executive. So it's us as a collaborative, top table, the division directors and the area directors. So there's about 51 of us altogether, I believe.
Okay, so where I was wrong is DEC. I thought it was District Executive Council, but you're telling me it's District Executive Committee.
Yeah.
All right.
And
okay, so
it does not include the presidents or the vice presidents of education. Yeah.
Great. Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
All right. So immediately moving into my second demo, and that is the district calendar. So I will go back to share the screen again. So I've just got 6 minutes to do this. When this page is open to the public, right? So anyone on the planet can see this page. So this page is what is available. So what you don't want to put on there, if you can help it, unless, okay, think of it this way. Your club meetings are open to the public. They can walk off the street and come in. You want visitors, right? So if that's true, then yes, put your Zoom passcode on your calendar item. But if you're having a meeting that is closed doors, like a DEC, for example, then don't put your passcode on the calendar item. Or better yet, make the Zoom meeting require registration so that you can approve who gets to come to your meeting. All right, so here's the link in case you didn't have it. So I will give that now in the meeting, except the meeting is hidden from me because I'm sharing. I'll get back to that. Okay, so there's the link to here. So from here, any one of you can suggest an event. So if you have an area council, you can suggest an event, and suggesting an event is just like creating a calendar item, and then put in who you are so that we can say, yes, I know that Audrey is an area director this year. I'm going to allow it. When you submit this, send the suggestion, that will go to the district administration manager, Marlene Crone, and it will come to me, club growth director, and it might even go to the division directors. I'm not sure about that. And any one of us can approve. So once we approve it, it then will appear on this page, okay? So I'm not logged in at the moment, and that's all I can do is I can view. No, sorry, I am logged in. So if I log out, this is like a member of the public. So a member of the public sees this, can suggest an event. So you can suggest an event. But the only other thing you can do is just view these, right? But your division directors will have a login, and the login will, and at the moment I'm using the admin man login, and that gives me the right to either edit existing or add new events. Okay, so on here are all of the events, and some of them have got, well, most of them have got Zoom, and some of those Zoom require registration. Okay, so this is your first stop, is the district calendar. The other link I'm going to give you in the chat window in a moment is this spreadsheet. Now, this is a Google Docs spreadsheet which Wendy asked all of the club officers to send me their updates of the new officers that are starting. And so I've been maintaining this list. As you can see, not everyone has been doing it. So they've been having the annual business meeting. They have updated, hopefully they've updated Toastmasters International District Central, but they may have missed the step of informing me manually because I'm maintaining this spreadsheet manually. So this is where you can find out who are my new incoming executive. So that's that sheet. The other useful sheet down here is the club aliases. The club aliases sheet will tell you within my district, within my area, for example, P1 are those 4 clubs, Motoroa, No Mai South, Ngā Manu, Reo, and Stratford, and they are Motoroa at d112tm.org.nz. So that email address will go to the 7 club officers, right? It won't go to all of the members, just the 7 club officers. And this club meets at 5:30 p.m. and they meet on the 2nd and 4th Tuesdays, right? So that's what this sheet is here for you, so that you know what nights and times they are meeting. This sheet, district officers, is in case you want to reach out to your peers. You can find out in P who's my division director and who are my other area directors. Okay, and you can reach out to them. So district officers, club aliases, there are some miscellaneous aliases like who, if I need to talk to the club growth director, it will go to James's email address. If I need to talk to stats, it'll go to Alan Chisholm. If I need to talk to website support, it'll go to Mike Diggins. So you don't have to remember the individuals. You can just remember marketing, logistics, program quality director, etc. All right, so those are the setup. Oh, now I probably need to explain these as well. All area directors are made up of all Div K ADs, all Div L ADs, and all Div M ADs. So if I send an email to all _Div M _ADs, that will go to the 4 or 5 area directors in Division M. So that's a useful shortcut for you. Unfortunately, all club officers, which is meant to go to division _K clubs, which is meant to go to all the executive officers for Division K, this doesn't work because it overloads the system. So we can't do all club officers, but you can do Division N clubs, and that will go to the officers. All right. So that was the 2 demos I wanted to show, was how to do online, an online demo of using the district calendar and how to update it. And that, I've lost the timer, but I'm sure that that's the end of my time. I'm now going to end the demonstration and end the recording, and I'm going to open it up to So stop recording.